that came out and just said like, I think streaming or I think like just creating videos like in general is harder than working a 9 to 5 and is on par of working construction. and then a lot of like other streamers, I think Clicks, like the famous Fortnite guy, he also said that if you work hard in streaming, it's harder than 9 to 5 or something. And it's like it could possibly be harder than working construction. I think Pokimane, like, I guess she's like, I think she was defending 9 to 5. So she's like, I mean, I streamed off my laptop and like, I wouldn't say it's hard. I think like the hardest part about it is like, I guess just like finding things to do. But like, I wouldn't say it's hard.
Welcome back to the MSJ Nights podcast. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. We are missing a couple members here today, but we are excited for today's show. We have lots to talk about. A lot of controversial things to talk about, and there's actually going to be a really hot take at the end of the podcast that we'll discuss later on today. But we wanted to get straight into school news. It is closer to the end of the quarter. March 15th is the end of the quarter. So next Friday is going to be our last week of the quarter, so make sure you have your grades up because time is ticking. Another thing, after that, we're going to start quarter 4 for a full week. And then we are going to go on vacation for 2 weeks for spring break. So I am looking forward to that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to that spring break.
I'm for sure looking forward to that spring break. Like, who wouldn't look forward to spring break?
2 weeks off.
2 weeks off, 2 weeks in my own mind. Like,
yeah.
What more could I ask for?
It's going to be nice. Anybody doing anything already? Any plans so far?
Stay home.
Stay home, chill.
WrestleMania weekends on that.
Yeah.
On spring break, so I guess I'll just watch that.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, Anthony, want to take us into some local news?
Well, I mean, speaking about WrestleMania weekend, there was an event last week or a couple of days ago.
Yeah, this past Saturday.
Yeah, so there's a WWE event called Road to WrestleMania. You know, it was at Acrisure Arena. It was a really good atmosphere. I sat pretty close, and I wants to be like, oh yeah, I sat real close. Like he sat front row, I sat farther row, but it was actually a really good event. You know, everyone was screaming like I don't know how to feel because like, or I don't know how to feel for them because like, they're getting their name screamed like loud, just because their entrance happened. Like, you hear the entrance theme, everyone goes loud. Like, it deafens sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, there's like chant noises, but like, it was a real fun experience for me and for my family.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I can see that the Valley really enjoys when things like that happen.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I know we have the bull thing coming up, the bull riding competition coming up, and then Madonna's coming up. So yeah, there's a lot of things to do at the Acrisure, especially checking out those hockey games. Quick plug there for the Firebirds. Go Firebirds.
What I don't mind is $25 pizza that they have over there.
Ooh, damn.
I think that's at all stadiums.
No,
I
but
think
like, also what I don't like is
venues.
like, I mean, every stadium and like every like I guess has this, but like only credit cards or only debit cards. You can't use cash.
yeah, it's a cashless venue. Yeah.
Like I really hate that. Like,
Yeah.
or like I feel like they should have like a thing where like you can pay for like one of those cards that have money.
Oh yeah.
So like if you really want, you could like buy a card like that has like $100 on it.
Maybe like a voucher or something
Yeah, and
like
then
that.
go crazy on it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like like I really don't like you can't spend cash on it.
Yeah.
So like if you're a kid and you have cash, you can't really do anything about it.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that was our local news and school news. We're gonna go straight into world news. Anything happening in world news as far as stuff that's happening maybe in the U.S. or maybe in another country. What does anybody want to share with that one?
Donald Trump is winning, has won a lot of states so far for the primary election.
Okay.
Yeah, so far he's won our state, California, recently today, Utah, Alaska, California, Alabama, Maine, Minnesota, Colorado, Massachusetts, Texas, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, North Carolina, and Virginia.
Yeah, it's incredible that we're right in the year of election year.
Yeah.
So election year is this November, and it's going to be one of those things where you're going to start seeing more and more public ads, debates, and obviously the campaigns that you've been seeing all on TV. So it's we'll see what happens. I mean, I haven't seen any presidential campaigns here in the Coachella Valley yet, but I do expect to see some in the near future.
Touching on the presidential election, I've recently heard on CNN 10 that Michigan has taken an uncommitted vote against Joe Biden. I don't know if you guys heard that. Like, I think uncommitted is like they just, it's basically a vote, but they're not voting. Like, it's basically a vote that leads to no vote.
Oh wow.
So yeah, like, I heard it on CNN 10 that, like, they're gonna like bring out more news if they get it, but you know, something to look after, like Joe Biden. Like, if you have no confidence in it, maybe. But
All right.
so you guys want to talk about sports, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it for world news and local news. I know we have a lot to sports. We're gonna start it off with just some more recent stuff. So a lot of stuff going on in the NFL. I don't know if anybody wants to touch anything on that. Go for it.
The NFL Combine just took place a couple days ago. Crazy performances, like always, like every year. This chair sucks.
Anybody specific that you guys are looking at the combine?
Xavier Worthy. He ran a 4.21.
Yeah, 4.21.
Wow.
It's faster than Usain Bolt's time in the 40-meter dash.
Okay.
So, but like a lot of people are saying, like they're trying to uncredit, like they're like, people that have good draft combine, right? Like if they set records, they're not really gonna have a career in the NFL because, like, I guess it's like a curse. I guess like someone set the bench lifting record only 4 years in the NFL and got bounced by teams. Like someone set the former record for like 4.22.
Okay.
He had a pretty meh career. So people are like saying that, well, he did break the record, but there could be possibility that he could end up being a bust in the future.
Wait, who?
Xavier.
I mean, yeah, sometimes, just because you run really fast or do something specifically well doesn't mean it's always going to translate. Like a couple years ago, the Bengals took a receiver named John Ross. He ran like a 4.2 something super crazy, and he was a complete bust. He was like pick number 5 in the first round. Complete bust. Never heard of again. He was just bad, but yeah, sometimes speed doesn't always translate well. But all in all, I think he'll have a good career.
But that's what the combine does. Like, combine kind of gives you the illusion that these guys can be star players. Like,
yeah,
I think like just
it's all scripted.
Yeah, just the combine itself can skyrocket your draft position. That's what I heard. So like, if you're like a late 6th round, I think like Tom Brady had like the worst performance in like draft combine history, and he still ended up being the GOAT. But like people like if you have to break a record in the draft combine, you can literally go to like the 100th pick to like the 5th pick or 6th pick, but like you still end up having like the chance of becoming like not what you're.
Yeah, there's always hidden gems in the draft.
Yeah,
you could always hit like in a 4th round, 5th round pick.
Brock Purdy was the last pick.
But considering the situation in San Fran, he's really lucky. But yeah, I mean, there's always hidden gems everywhere in the draft. Doesn't matter. Just because you're in the first round doesn't mean you'll be good. So yeah.
Yeah. Speaking about gems, we lost another great one today. Eagles.
Jason Kelce.
Yeah. So what's going on with Jason Kelce?
He had a retirement speech like 2 days ago or a day ago. Really emotional, like saying like his experience with football, how it changed his life. Like he do thank the people that like brought him to this place, thank high school coaches, thank his family, thank his brother for like always working with them. It was pretty emotional. Like he literally couldn't help. Like he started crying immediately after just reading the notes. Like I think he was reading in his mind, so he doesn't cry, but he started crying. But like it was really emotional. Like a long career, 13 years for one team. He's definitely gonna. Do you think he's gonna be Hall of Fame worthy?
Oh, perhaps. They'll probably retire his jersey too.
Definitely retire his jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, 13 years he beats Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I think
he was a center.
But they're unlikely to win though, right?
Yeah, with Nick Foles, dude, that run was crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anything else going on in the NFL?
I mean, there's Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
What's going on with Russell Wilson?
So there's like this thing with dead cap where he had they signed him when they traded for him 2 years ago. They signed him immediately to like a 5-year, $280-something million deal for 5 years, and they released him a couple days ago. And prior to him being released, he was on a podcast and he talked about how he wanted to win a Super Bowl. He wanted to win 2 Super Bowls in his like 3 years he had what they call with the Broncos, and pretty ironic that a couple days later he gets released from the team.
That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty sad.
So we lost one from the Broncos and we lost one from the Eagles. That's crazy.
Well, I mean,
No, man, Russell Wilson hasn't contributed nothing for the Broncos.
Oh gosh.
I mean, at least Travis Kelce contributed with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
But you know, no disrespect to Russell, he's really good. You know, he had a really good career.
is he a quarterback?
Yeah, he's a quarterback with the Seahawks. He won a Super Bowl there, 2 Super Bowl appearances.
Was the Russell Wilson trade the worst trade of all time?
Probably, yeah.
All right. So switching up to NFL, NBA. What's happening in the National Basketball Association?
Wow.
What happened with LeBron?
King James, the GOAT, LeBron, whatever you want to call him. If he's LeBron, Honey Boo Boo, whatever you want to call LeBron. Everything you call LeBron, greatness has to come before or after that. He's the first player ever to score 40,000 points. You know, it's a real big accomplishment. Like, you got longevity, you got what's called skill. Like, the amount of skill he's still putting out in the age 39. He's about to be 40. Like, I think November, like whenever his birthday is.
Right.
He's still putting up. He's still averaging 25 like points. I think he's like 10th for points. And he's 39. Like, that picture right there, he literally looks ancient in that picture. Like, I don't know if he has gray hair. He's losing hair, but like, I think his team's coming together now. Like, they're figuring out their rotations. Like, D'Angelo Russell's becoming the player that he's supposed to be. You know, I think he went 9 for 9 for 3.
Right.
Austin Reeves, I mean, he's performing at a high level. Anthony Davis, he's not hurt, thank God. But if he does get hurt, I think it would be like a real big thing about it. But yeah, I think the Lakers are doing good. LeBron's definitely doing way good. But see what you want to talk about there.
Well, I was gonna say that I know LeBron is doing really fantastic in the NBA, but just to get to your guys' opinion, do you believe that he will get a chance to play with his son?
Maybe when his son gets undrafted and they just sign him. But because I really don't think like Bronny would definitely get signed to a team because there's like the hype around him, the media. Like, he would definitely get signed to a team, even if he goes undrafted. They'll like pick him up. But like, yeah, I'd say yeah, most definitely yeah. Like, I think he has 1 or 2 years, maybe 3 years, maybe like 17 years. I don't know.
What do you think, Alvaro? Do you think we will get a chance to play with his son?
Yeah, for sure. Especially if he goes undrafted, the Lakers are definitely gonna pick him up. I mean, I don't expect Bronny to like be this starting 30 minutes off the bat, like 25. I don't think.
Definitely not.
He'd have just come off the bench. Like, not even who's the rookie, Jalen Hood-Schifino?
Yeah.
That guy doesn't even come off the bench. So to even think that Bronny will come off, it's just.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Sounds
also,
good.
I guess, the LeBron curse, where like everyone gets worse if they are in a team with LeBron. So like, if on the Lakers, like Christian Wood was hyped to be the next Anthony Davis, the next Shaq, and he performed as the next Kwame Brown. And I think his name Spencer Dinwiddie. Like,
Spencer.
He was hyped. Like, oh my God, he's gonna save the Lakers. He's gonna save the Lakers. First game, he dropped 1 point. That was a free throw, and he went 0 for 13 in the field goal.
I think that's just like with things with Lakers fans though. Like,
Yeah.
every time there's a player, there's always
There's
hype.
celebrities.
I mean, it happened with Lonzo. I mean,
Well, we don't
But
talk about
his
Lonzo.
dad was going crazy.
No, I wouldn't even say it's Lonzo's fault. It was his dad's fault. It was like hyping him. He's like the next Steph Curry. he's the
I
next-
remember that era, bro. That
Yeah, I
shit was
do
crazy.
remember
He was hyping him up when he was in the high school.
Yeah,
Like,
he
he was
was.
hyping up.
Chino Hills.
Yeah,
Chino Hills.
all his three
Shout out
like three
Chino Hills.
sons. I think his 3 sons were like, he was hyping them up. He's like, we've been training all day. When they were 5 years old, they're training on pavement. They're in AAUs. They're overseas playing basketball. Like, they have everything they do. Like, they have to become great, but
That's crazy.
I guess training at the young age of 5 or 3 can do something to your knees.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess if that's it for NBA, we're switching straight into boxing and the fighting. Any fights coming up in boxing? Or I know there's a fight coming up: Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney.
Abdul.
Abdul versus what is it? I think it's on the Zone, right?
Yeah.
there's
April 20th.
It's gonna be what is it? Anthony Joshua.
Ngannou.
Yeah,
That
there-
was gonna be
That's gonna be
dope.
high.
So, Steven, do you have any insight on this one? What's your prediction, man?
Low key it's gonna be a tough one because Ngannou does have a really good punch, but at the same time, his accuracy, he gives less of it just for more power.
Sacrificing accuracy.
So he sacrifices accuracy for power, but his technique is pretty good. His last boxing match was against the Gypsy King.
Okay.
Low-key felt like it was a
Is
robbery.
this a heavyweight fight? They look kind of big.
No,
Yeah, it's heavyweight.
That's a heavyweight fight. So it's a heavyweight boxing match. Okay.
Yeah.
He should have
Something
won.
to know about Francis Ngannou, he went from UFC to boxing.
Oh,
He
I see.
switched over.
And he almost beat the world champion.
He straight up.
He should have beat the world
It
champion.
was a robbery against the Gypsy King.
He got knocked like 2 times. Francis was like, I guess, like dancing over him. And, like,
Literally.
I guess for some reason, like split decision. What's his name? Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury ended up winning, but ended up being a robbery in my eyes. But
Yeah, but check that out. It's this Friday. Buy your tickets now and go to DAZN if you want to stream it on there. But yeah, check that out. And then obviously the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. But there is a little controversy going on with Ryan Garcia that we'll get to
Controversy
later.
about
Yeah,
that.
We'll get that later. Well, what's going on?
Devin Haney said he does coke
I mean,
Oh, wow.
at the press conference.
David Haney said he does coke, or that Ryan Garcia does coke.
Ryan Garcia does coke.
well, looking at his recent tweets and his recent sayings, I think he probably does do a little
Yeah,
bit.
Or maybe he's actually telling the truth.
Yeah,
Are you
or
gonna talk
maybe
about it?
yeah, exactly. Or maybe we'll get to that at a later point because there is something controversial going on with Ryan Garcia. But we'll get to that in a bit.
I
Any-
think he mentioned that he's gonna retire if he loses this fight, but
They like
Exactly.
shook on it too. And
Yeah, they
everything.
shook on it,
Definitely,
Ryan Garcia.
it's
But I
not-
think it's just all publicity stunt.
definitely publicity.
Same thing with like when people say that it'll be their last fight, but when is their last fight? You know. So yeah, that's it for boxing, fighting. Is there any other sports that you guys want to mention before we move on to media and music?
UFC 299 is this Saturday. It's gonna be Cheeto Vera versus Sean O'Malley. Me
Okay.
personally, I got Sean O'Malley.
Shawn Mendes is just a different breed.
Yeah, Shannon O'Malley. Shout out to Shannon O'Malley. Shout out to the Nelk Boys. 'Cause
He
they-
getting
I think they're
the
proud
shorts.
sponsors to them. All right.
Yeah,
it's
with
Happy Dad and all that stuff. He wears the trunks and everything.
Yeah.
If you don't know the Nelk Boys, they are infamous YouTubers.
Ooh,
Uh,
they're goats. They are goats.
They are goats.
Yeah, they have the podcast. They have everything going on with them. I mean, shout out to the Nelk Boys.
Also, shout out to UFC for making pink shorts for O'Malley to wear at UFC 299.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That actually looks sick.
Yeah, and with the Happy Dad logo, I'm pretty sure the Nelk Boys are really happy, right?
Definitely.
All
Almost
that
there.
sponsorship. But yeah, let's go straight into media. There is an upcoming movie, Kung Fu Panda 4 is coming out this Friday.
Top
Have
Check
you
that out.
have you seen all the Kung Fu Pandas?
I've seen
I
it,
have. I'm a
yeah.
big fanatic. It's one of those must watch.
Exactly.
It's one of those classic movies.
I haven't seen them.
I hold it in a high like prestige and family comedy movies or family animated movies because
They're
like
pretty
it's
good.
like even if you rewatch them now, like they're pretty good. Like they tell they tell an emotional story for being like a comedy animated film. It like has subliminal messages.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. So check it out. It comes out on Friday. Go to your local theater.
I heard that you're gonna bring-
It's a must watch.
you're
I'm gonna be
people
the
back,
first
you know?
in line. I'm buying the whole theater out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my PS5 just to play with the better internet. I won't have McDonald's Wi-Fi no more.
Any music coming out? I know Meek Mill dropped some music even after the controversy. I was talking to Muscle Man over here that I'm surprised and shocked that he dropped an EP right after all those allegations.
I think it was already scheduled, but like those allegations came out, so he's like, you know what, it's already scheduled, so.
Yeah, there's music videos coming out to him. I think he's doing a music video with Rick Ross and his album that came out before.
A lot of things came out that we didn't mention because they came out way after like the news. But like people started looking at his like tweets. I don't know if you guys seen that, but like he has some crazy stuff on his like tweets. Like,
What were they?
Like for following, he follows like a P account, a corn account. I really don't want to say it.
Oh god.
But, and not even like a corn account. It was like a corn account mostly for
Guys.
African American guys.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, you're not coming back
on
on
his,
that.
Wow.
on his likes. You have like toys for
Oh
other
god.
stuff. Like
it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you said he had it scheduled, but I mean, music has to drop. I guess.
money's running low.
Yeah.
Bills coming through.
Exactly.
But like
But yeah, I think that's it for music. Anybody else dropping anything? Anybody
Well, I
drop
guess,
a music video or anything?
For music video, like Jimmy Butler, the small forward shooting guard for the Miami Heat, was in a music video for Fall Out Boy. I think it's like Stars. That's some song, but he was in the music video. He had like the emo haircut on. He had like a purple cowboy outfit. He just dances in the music video, and like lip syncs. But that's about it. Like for music videos, I really feel like.
Any new video games? I don't think we mentioned any video games this past week or anything coming out lately. I know the WWE 2K, there was some controversy because they did blur out Vince McMahon's face
For good
during
reason.
one of the cutscenes. We've talked about this on a podcast before of all those allegations that are happening and the lawsuits and civil.
Dude.
I played the entire game.
Do video games like feel the same to you guys? Like in terms of like games that drop. Like, is there any more excitement to it?
I think it's just now. It's just a matter of like, oh, it's the new one. Oh, it's the new one. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like, no, were you a gamer back in your like high school days?
Yeah, I remember like when games would come out, like, oh yeah, like
New Call
GTA
of
San
Duty?
Andreas, Vice City's coming out, new
Yeah.
Call of Duty's coming out. But now it's just like, oh, it's
kind of like the same
it's
thing.
the same one coming out.
It's the same one from last year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 2K.
Just repeat.
Okay.
That's literally 2K,
It's
bro.
just upgraded
Like
players.
Madden.
I like-
Warzone.
I think like games would like have their like excitement back if they weren't dropped like what like Alvaro said like yearly or like
Exactly.
monthly. Like
It's like the
GTA 6.
iPhone. It's like the iPhone.
yeah,
It's like that same thing every year. It's just
No matter
they
how
change-
they
it's
advertise
just they
it.
change
Yeah.
one thing and that's
it's like GTA 6. Like everyone was hyped for it. Like
Oh no, I think GTA 6 is gonna do some numbers, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
GTA.
I feel like it's
I-
gonna be
How long did it took?
It's
It's
like-
like
yeah.
10 years.
it's
10
been a
years.
decade.
Not even 10 years.
Like
What's
Came out in
11,
2013.
Like 12 years.
12 years, 12 years.
12 years. It
I
drops
think
in
GTA is
2025.
doing it right.
Yeah.
They wait until the right time and then they drop. And then that game's gonna be
Bro.
Popping.
it's gonna be amazing for the next couple
Like,
of years.
people, like,
Crazy
compare
numbers.
graphics to like real life. It looks
Exactly.
magnificent. But like, the thing with like GTA, like
The takeovers in
It's
GTA
survived-
6.
it survived a decade and like it was still mainstreamed and like people like were like still saying it was still good. Like the graphics were awesome. But, like something like example like Call of Duty or 2K, like it's just the same game mostly every year. Like little minor upgrades, like it's basically just you're buying $60 with like an update basically.
They're not even 60, bro. They're the
And
price
they're
are 70 now.
Now they're like around 70. Yeah, you're right.
But, like it's basically just like an update for like
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I think another thing that lost its touch is like the whole getting like the actual CD. Now you can just download it on
Yeah, there's
your
no
console
like, cause like you would actually have to physically go into the store. Like I
and
remember
buy
when
it.
lines
Yeah,
were long.
I
Exactly.
don't know if you guys like seen like I seen a
On the
picture
drive
where
home,
like
you'd be reading the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I seen a picture of like a GameStop where like it was like 2006 where Modern Warfare 2 released. It was like a big line. Like now where it got released was like 2 people in GameStop.
Yeah, cause it's all like just buy it online,
Yeah,
pre-order
buy
it.
it online.
feel
Buy
like
it on your.
If you really want to
system.
buy like the physical copy, I think just to look at it. Like, why not just buy it on like the PlayStation or like the Xbox?
Yeah.
I think it's just like a thing to look at. Mostly,
Yeah.
If you want to buy the physical copy.
Just to have like a memory or something.
Yeah. Like
Exactly.
it's not the same anymore.
It's like, it
man.
just doesn't hit the
It doesn't
same.
say-
Like
Yeah.
I remember like huge lines in like Call of Duty Ghosts or something. Like there's
Yeah,
huge
like,
lines.
I think what was it the other day? I opened up my I have this like box, and I have all these PlayStation 2 games, and he's like, "Whoa, you have all this
Nostalgia,
Trying to slide them
the
over,
nostalgia
like,
hit.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's nostalgia, and then I still have a PS1 that works. You know, it's crazy, and I have that Mortal Kombat trilogy game. Like that's a classic game. You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
no, 1, 2, and 3.
yeah.
No,
exactly.
I got a question for you. You still got the PlayStation 2 games and controllers? That's
Yeah.
all I need. I have a
do.
PlayStation
Yeah,
2
we-
I
system
do.
myself.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I found an old Xbox, the original Xbox, at a thrift shop. At a thrift shop, I bought it. It had all the controllers and everything, and I bought it just to have that nostalgia. You know,
Hidden gems, bro.
If we're
hidden
talking
gems. Yeah,
about
exactly.
that, I feel like Nintendo does it really good too because like they release like a Mario game every like 5 years or 10 years.
Yeah, and the PSP was underrated for its time.
Definitely.
PSP was a good.
It was a good system. It was ahead of its time. People didn't really appreciate it when it
Oh, I
came out.
appreciated it.
But I remember playing on it, and it was fun.
Yeah, I remember playing on. I played Lego like Hogwarts or something. Not Hogwarts. What's it? Lord of the Rings. I think.
I played Midnight Club, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That club, Midnight Club, was a classic car game. If you're a car
The
fan.
Midnight Club is a good game.
Yeah, Dub Edition. That was a classic
Yeah.
one. It was just one of those things that
I just be
I really
playing
enjoyed.
shooters.
I had the Karate Kid movie on my PS Vita.
Yeah, But yeah, that's it for video games and all that. We're gonna go straight into some controversial news now. Muscle Man, do you want to talk about that controversial news that happened in Oklahoma?
There was a Oklahoma school doing a fundraiser, a really interesting one. So a Oklahoma school district responded after a video showed students licking toes for a fundraiser.
That's not serious.
Some freaky stuff going on in Oklahoma.
So yeah,
Whose toes are being
so
licked?
you saw the video, I think. So what was your what do you think?
Disgusted, man. I don't like that.
And they're licking teachers' toes, right?
Yeah, putting peanut butter on them and licking them, like.
And
What
I
are
think
they doing?
They were like in, I think the gymnasium,
Yeah,
right?
they were on
And
the
then-
gym floor.
And then they were all
They
just
didn't even-
watching them,
They
right?
didn't even give them mats to like at least get some sense. Like they were just there on the ground laying down.
I think it was like only female teachers too. Like it was only male students.
I don't know, but
Imagine if the roles were reversed.
exactly.
Yeah. That school would have gotten locked down.
But yeah, it's being investigated now. Video shows, I guess, some graphic stuff. They blurred out the faces of the students, of course, just to respect their dignity. I mean, at this point, they're kind of humiliated already by doing that and showing that on public
They better got
websites
paid.
and stuff.
They better got paid or something.
Exactly. So,
Piece of
very,
food.
very controversial. We do not condone that at all.
For sure.
Especially, yeah. And we were saying too, what was the fundraiser even
Yeah.
for?
What? They don't even tell us what the fundraiser
It's a
was.
peanut butter
like,
ad.
they're hiding it from
At
us.
that point.
Yeah. But yeah, more controversial news. So earlier we were talking about Ryan Garcia. Can someone tell us what's going on with Ryan Garcia?
Dude, Ryan Garcia's in a different planet right now.
Literally, bro.
Like, he's talking about, like,
Ethan, okay, so I was in a group chat. We're in a group chat, and Ethan brought it up to us. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about Ryan Garcia tomorrow," and I told him like, Ryan Garcia doesn't deserve to be talked about. Like, what has he done? And he started telling me about like these crazy things that he was saying about like Bohemian Grove, and I was like, whoa. I'm like, I'm just hearing about this, and I did my own research, and I told him, I was like, how was he even allowed to talk about this and whatnot, like without any repercussions or anything? And he just told me, he was like, they kidnapped him. And I said, well, I don't. And then I started doing my own research. I went on YouTube and everything. He was on a space on X, formerly known as Twitter, and he was just saying crazy stuff. I mean, bro, sounded like he was on one. He was just saying crazy stuff. How he was, molested in a bad way at a young age, and he had to witness children go through horrific things. And
tied up by the elites.
tied up by elites. I mean, he was just saying crazy stuff, and there's people who don't believe him, who believe that he's just on this like crazy episode of like mental illness, or maybe he's on drugs, or maybe this could just be all true and what he's saying is facts. Now there was a video a couple of days ago came out where he basically just addressed people that he was okay, that he was fine. The video looked kind of off because he was like, he didn't look like himself. He talked about how his cards are locked, he can't do anything and whatnot, and that's pretty much the whole situation so far.
Yeah, it was a really bizarre like apology video. Like you see that like he wasn't like really like.
His body language was just weird.
He was looking off in the distance, like he was just like
hands on his lap, like he wasn't like moving or anything.
No. And, like people like I guess in the comments were like self-diagnosing him with like, oh, he's probably on this drug, or he's probably has this like disease or something.
The internet would just say anything, honestly.
Yeah.
People would just say anything, but
People on the internet would diagnose you with any disease they see if you have, like, that's just the thing about the internet.
crazy. So what do you guys think about the whole thing? Niall?
Yeah, I mean it's very unfortunate that it happens during big events like the one that he's gonna be in on April 20th, and I don't know, like it's one of those things that unfortunately the U.S. has seen a rise in when it comes to mental health, and I think taking care of your mental health is very important, and when you mix drugs and alcohol and stuff like that, I don't think that it ends well. So yeah, it's unfortunate that he's going through this stuff. He's an athlete. He shouldn't be, focused on so much of this stuff.
No.
Instead, he should be focused on training and, you know, preparing for the fight. But like I said before, you know, everybody hopefully here on the podcast, you know, takes care of their mental health and, you know, take some days off, take some time off, you know, go outside, you know, stay off your phone for a bit, and just, you know, just live live a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, sometimes we end up just being stuck on our phones for a long time.
We get in our own head.
Yeah, of course, for the podcast, we have to search up some of these stuff. And, you know, just that bizarre thing that happened in Oklahoma. I mean, who would have thought? I mean, that's, you know, it's crazy. But, yeah, we just have to take care of our mental health. And then just, like I said before, it's very unfortunate that he's going through all this stuff.
But I mean, he's doing it himself. I mean,
exactly.
No one's telling him to do it. This is just
Exactly.
his own. He's tweeting crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's really just much on his own.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other controversial news? I think that was it for the controversial news segment. Just the fundraiser, questionable fundraiser, and then obviously Ryan Garcia's bizarre, you know, activity on social media lately, you know, with all those allegations and stuff like that. Anything else with the controversial segment?
News about it if you're controversy.
All right. Well, moving on to our next segment, our hot takes. Anthony brought up some great hot takes today, and I can you give us kind of the back story of how this led up to the hot take?
So the backstory is like this one streamer that I think his name is Hassan, but like he basically like came out and just said like I think streaming or I think like just creating videos like in general is harder than working a 9 to 5 and is on par of working construction. and then a lot of like other streamers, I think Clicks, like the famous Fortnite guy, he also said that if you work hard in streaming, it's harder than 9 to 5 or something. And it's like it could possibly be harder than working construction. And I think Pokimane, like I guess she's like, I think she was defending 9 to 5. So she's like, I mean, I streamed off my laptop and like, I wouldn't say it's hard. I think like the hardest part about it is like, I guess just like finding things to do. But like, I don't want to say it's harder than a 9 to 5 physical labor, but
Let's break it down.
So
for a streamer,
so what does a streamer's 9 to 5 look like? Can someone explain that to the podcasters
they
out there?
put their makeup on. They set up the lights. And they click the stream button. And then if you really want to go into depth, let's say you're a 2K streamer, right?
Yeah.
All you have to do is load up 2K, play a couple games, you know.
just talk out of your mind.
Like, or if you're a reaction video guy.
And are they doing this nonstop from 9 to 5?
Oh, I doubt it's 9 to 5, but they have like their own like schedule. They talk.
They can stream.
Well, like, do they go to lunch? Do they go to the restroom? Like, are they just
They be
sat
eating
there
on
the-
stream. They be eating on stream.
Like, do they sit there the
Like,
whole 9
sometimes,
minutes?
I think sometimes they're like, yeah, I need to go to the bathroom, guys. Just wait up.
That's it.
So
like-
do they sit down the whole time?
Hassan though.
I guess.
Hassan though, he turns on like let's say he's gonna watch MasterChef or something.
Uh-huh.
He turns it on and he's like, all right, be right back. Like 30 minutes, he's in the restroom. He just leaves the stream.
But like, it's not like a 9 to 5 because like 9 to 5. How many hours do you work in 9 to 5?
A 9 to 5 is usually eight to 9 hours. Yeah.
So
It's like
8 hours.
full day.
So like, an 8 hour shift compared to like a 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour stream. Because they don't stream for like, it's like a once in a while. Like I guess they'll do like a fundraiser. They'll stream for like 24 hours. Like
But even then, that's easy.
I know, but like all you have to do is like I guess drink some energy drinks.
It's just an energy drink and boom, you're done.
Yeah, but like a 9 to like, yeah, let's say like fast food. Like you have to constantly be walking around, take people's orders. If they were being real disrespectful, like you gotta take their crap and shit. But like streaming, I don't know, like, cause people like if you check the streaming tab right now, everyone's doing is doing what we're doing. They're just reacting to news. Like I want to say this is harder than when I'm working at Jack in the Box, but
Yeah.
I'm just reading what's on the screen. Like I'm like. If I was really like struggling to find ideas, I'll just say, "Yo, chat. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to play some games? You guys want to watch
What's
some
the
videos?"
move?
Yeah,
That's the move. Yeah.
like I want to say, "Oh man, chat.
They're all just playing games.
Chat, I'm so tired of this."
Yeah, so I think to compare it to like a 9 to 5 construction job is bizarre and really radical. Because really think about it, like, you know, maybe your dad does like labor like that, right? So like imagine like he actually has to wake up like early as hell. You know, he has to make his bed, whatever. He actually has to drive there. He has to probably makes his own breakfast, and then, you know, he's sweating his ass off all day. He comes home, he's tired. Like, he actually does work, you know. Doesn't want to do anything after. When you're streaming, what are you doing? You're just sitting down. You're playing games.
I'll give you the peak physical streaming pose.
Literally, that's what it is. Just slouched on your chair.
The fucking shrimp.
No,
Slouched.
Like, if they really want to talk to chat, all right, chat. So I have a really like big conversation to say. Oh my god! I actually just remember something about. I mean, it's also controversial, but like I guess like the streaming network Pick, live streaming network. They have like they're investigating I guess a predator that was on there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I think a guy made a really good video about it. It's called like I think it was like something to do with chickens. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He made a really good video about it. Like I think
He was exposing it.
Yeah, it was like the video was called "Catching a Kick Predator." This kick streamer literally. Okay, so you guys know Amigo, right?
Amigo, yeah.
It's like a site where you just it's just randomizes
It's basically like
somebody
FaceTiming.
else's- Yeah, FaceTiming, but like it's randomizing.
Is
You
it
can
like
see
the-
It's like random people.
Is it like that one video website?
Yeah, so that's the video I'm talking about. But like basically like if you like you're just there that like you can just be there to talk to people or like meet new faces, but like so like both your webcameras are basically like active. You can see what the other guy's doing, but I guess like it came out that what's it called he actually does really like disturbing things. Like I guess he has like a manipulation tactic where like if a female, let's say, is like age 14, age 13, age 15, he'll be like, "How old are you?" They'll possibly say 15.
Do you know
like,
the guy's name?
No, I don't.
Do you know how old he is?
He's definitely over the
He's
age
like-
of 18.
Yeah, he's like.
He looks
said
young.
he was 19.
Well, he
I'm
looks
not sure,
19,
I don't remember.
19, 20 maybe.
And basically, like, he would say, like, "How old are you?" They would respond, and if it's lower than 18, be like, "Wait, you said you're 18?"
He'll be like, "I couldn't hear you."
Like, did you say you're 18? And like, it was basically a manipulation tactic. So like, they'll say they're 18, but
Yeah.
they're clearly not 18. They already said they're not. But he'd basically like his whole like goal is them to expose their body parts to him.
Basically, his whole skit is basically sexual assault. Like, it's like trying to get something out of them.
Mm.
Like he'll pretend to have a good conversation with them, like, "Oh, how's your day been?" And like he'll fucking like on purpose he'll start yawning and shit, and he's like, "All right, let's cut to the chase. Show me your tits." Like he'll do that.
Like if the conversation's not interesting to him, he'd be like, "You know what? I'm tired of yapping. Can you just show me something? Can you just show me something?"
Like,
Yeah, he probably thinks it's funny, but it's actually...
No, like he what like also about that, like he says jokes are clearly not funny.
yeah.
Like clearly like direct, like you label them as dark humor.
Yeah, I remember he said something about like raping.
Yo!
But no, like his jokes, like his I guess his signature joke would be like, chat, if a girl like if you really want a girl, just like throw in like I guess a pill to like knock her out or like make her go to sleep, like a Bill Cosby pill. But like he'd be like, yeah, just basically Kobe that in her drink and you'll get her. So like crazy stuff about that, but like
shit.
Wow, I didn't know
And-
but
that.
he's like
And the
like,
worst part is he streams it all, but then the even worse part than that, when the girls expose themselves, he has a Discord, right? He screenshots the girl, a picture of the girl, and then he shares into his Discord. That's sharing child pornography.
yeah, so
That's
basically
distribution.
so like
of CP.
if he does like get like what he wants, he'd move it from the tab so like no one can see it because he'll get banned for that. But he's still live streaming on like a private Discord call with like thousands or hundreds of people watching.
Yeah.
And like they expose themselves in front of 100 people without knowing.
Basically, so
Well, I mean, it's one of those things to claim that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5 when you're doing all those things. I mean, it's very, very unfortunate that that's happening. So we do have to make some public awareness of, children being on these sites that you think that are just harmless.
don't expose
But they're
yourself
not.
online.
I think
they had
a court case about it. No, Mark Zuckerberg was in there.
Yeah, so they're verifying emails. They're making sure that you can't just make a random account without like parent permission and stuff like that, especially if you're young. But claiming that it's harder than a 9 to 5, I definitely disagree.
Hell no.
There's a lot of people that work really hard in the country. For instance, one thing, field workers, they're nonstop working, right? Picking all the crops and vegetables for you to come home and eat. That is not going to be comparable to a streamer sitting down at his comfortable, a computer chair.
Yeah.
He has like a nice comfy chair.
Air
sitting
conditioning.
In his own house.
In his own
He
house.
can eat whenever he wants, goes to the bathroom every time.
Exactly. And it's funny because another hot take there is that these streamers and YouTubers get paid so much money
For
for little
effort.
Like, we're not getting paid on this podcast. Like, we're not making any
This is
money.
just for, like, fun.
This is just for fun. This is an elective class. We're not doing this for the money. I mean, it depends. Like,
If the money comes through, then
I mean, but the thing is, it's funny that there's some jobs that are really underpaid, and when stuff like YouTubers and streamers, and then these, I guess, instant celebrities or famous people get so much money, it's
dude, these kick streamers
controversial. It's very controversial.
They're getting multi-million-dollar deals just by streaming on their websites. Like I think someone like XQC got $100 million just to stream on Kick or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think,
And it's the whole thing too. Like, what was it? I think I tried to bring it up on the very first podcast, or it was an old podcast that we had that we didn't get a chance to upload. Was about the whole thing with OnlyFans being a new career for women.
that's the worst.
It's one of those controversial things that are the same kind of thing that's going on with that. I mean, those things are controversial. I mean, OnlyFans and how much people pay to see that, and how much you should see how much money they make just by
Crazy.
having those
Immoral
accounts.
money.
Exactly.
And the worst part is like people are like real shit like predators on there because I think Bad Baby. Yeah, the girl on Dr. Phil.
Are you gonna talk about how as soon as he turned 18,
As soon as she turned 18,
OnlyFans
she made an
account.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And she made
Millions of dollars.
Millions on the first
and then
day.
Hundreds of people just subscribed immediately.
Like I'm talking
Right?
about the day she turned 18, like she was barely having her party.
The
She
day of.
posted
maybe the
OnlyFans.
night of.
Literally.
It was probably like midnight.
Probably like, at 12
Midnight.
At 12:01 in the morning when she turned
She was
18 her
like,
birthday, she was like, okay, you know what?
She was like,
Subscribe.
live.
No, but like-
put out the link.
And then like I think some of the OnlyFans models are like, I guess like basically getting a counter argument like, well, I have a high school GED or a college GED. I have could have went to law school if I wanted to, but then like that's the conversation. Like you could have had all this, you got a successful future. Like your kids could look up to you. Like your kids could be like, you know what? My mom was a successful lawyer. She was a bank attorney. She's like, she
But
ran.
nah.
I feel bad.
Nah, my mom's a
No,
successful.
and the worst part is these
OnlyFans, like,
women
what?
these women have kids and stuff. Like then like their kids will like have to deal with that. Like because like in
Imagine
school,
the bullying.
school's a war zone out there. Like
It is, and it's unfortunate that these kids look up to these people, and it's sad that they have to choose these careers that unfortunately it's what's going on now. It's the new thing. It's the latest.
Yeah.
It's the newest thing, especially being like instant celebrity on social media and stuff like
I
that.
feel like that's the worst part because like I feel like they look at themselves like they can't really like do anything. Like, they're not
Exactly.
they don't feel like they're like contributing anything.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that demoralizes women as far
Definitely.
as like, how they look, how they should look,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
And then
I mean,
going out in public, people knowing how you look, like how do you,
Like your kids knowing your mom or
yeah,
like kids sharing videos of your mom.
like
Yeah, because there was a recent controversy because Instagram has been. I think there was an outage. I think Instagram, right?
Yeah,
There
it was out like
Yeah.
yesterday.
oh, I was tweaking out yesterday.
So, speaking about Instagram, there's this new trend going on where these OnlyFans girls are posting their breast and saying they're showing how to breastfeed by holding a fake baby, and they're allowing that to be shown on
No,
Instagram.
honestly, the worst part is about like the whole OnlyFans thing are the bots. The bots under like Instagram.
yeah.
Because like it'd be like I think I saw the most craziest one. I think it was the day when Kobe died. Like they're I think when like the ceremony they had with Michael Jordan, Vanessa.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like people were like saying how they felt about Kobe, and like all like you just see a couple like Lincoln Pyle just post some new photos or like he's like the worst one is like do you think I'm hot? Like, that's the worst one. Like, no, I don't think you're hot. I'm looking at LeBron, bro.
Bro, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like somebody had to program those bots to go into a specific post and like, you know.
Yeah, and then send you to this random OnlyFans account.
And sometimes
It's
it isn't
crazy.
even know OnlyFans.
It's just like a random porn website.
Yeah, exactly.
It steals your shit.
Exactly, and it's
weird.
very controversial. I guess I don't know if Instagram's caught onto it, but I guess a lot of OnlyFans are getting away with breastfeeding on the internet and saying it's
The one
part
thing
of mother.
I like about X is like on the what are they called, like the community notes.
Yeah,
It's like if they're promoting OnlyFans, they'll say like this is a undisclosed OnlyFans ad. So like you'd be okay.
or it
It's
says
like,
parental guidance advised.
yeah,
or
because
something
sometimes like they don't like say it's OnlyFans. Like it's like yo, this girl is tripping, and like it's just her like I guess in her bra or something.
Yeah.
I think it says sensitive content on there, no?
Yeah, and I think now it does.
It's starting to put more
Sensitive content, and I think Instagram blurs it out and says, "Are you sure you want to see this post or whatever?" Now,
Yeah.
W Elon
But
Musk.
sometimes Instagram be messing up on that because
it does. It does.
One time I was my friend sent me a meme and he said, Josh, look at your phone, and I was like pulling up my phone and I was like, what the hell did you send me? It says explicit content, and then it was like, no, click on it. It was a literal it was a cartoon of a rat like getting fucking smashed or some shit.
Oh wow.
But like it was a cartoon, it wasn't even real. But like
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
Instagram saw
There's
the,
still an algorithm
Yeah.
that they need to fix, but for the
think
most
it's
part,
AI.
it's very
I
controversial.
think it's AI that does
I guess
that.
the moral of the story is I think OnlyFans is the most pathetic career path you can have.
Yeah, and like I said, it kind of that's why I brought it up because it goes along the lines of the whole streaming thing of the fact that there's stuff like that. Yeah, but more controversial news. We just learned that pretty much Charles Barkley says he will punch any black person he sees wearing a Donald Trump's mugshot.
No, he won't.
Charles Barkley is known for like his outspoken comments. Like,
Yeah.
He's mostly like a troll sometimes, but like he could take things like I think he doesn't want to be in 2K because they're not paying legends like the amount of money that he wants. Like he's like a real outspoken person. Like I don't know. Like I can't really. Like, I don't think he would do that. I think he's just saying that like for like comedy reasons. But
I mean, how did he say it? Like his tone of voice? Is it
I think honestly he probably said like this. Like if I saw a black person wearing this, he's getting punched. I'm not lying, Shaq. I'm not.
Oh, well, because I feel like the way they headline it is like,
Yeah.
like he's mean is like violently gonna punch him.
Exactly.
I feel like he just says like
Just
he just
saying
says it like in a he's basically saying it's like an example of like it's bad, but like he wouldn't do it. Like saying like I'll jump off a cliff rather than eat this.
Yeah.
So I don't think like
I'm gonna go jump off that cliff. You feel me?
exactly.
Yeah. And I think just to end that controversial segment,
Lord
and
Jonny Kim.
and saying that streaming and YouTube and all that is
Trying
harder
to
than a
make
9 to 5.
an actual career.
This guy right here, Jonathan Young Kim, is an American U.S. Lieutenant Commander. He's a former SEAL. He's a naval aviator. He's a physician and a NASA astronaut. Born and raised in California, Kim enlisted into the U.S. Navy in the early 2000s, earning his Silver Star and his commission. Now, this man deserves a round of applause because this man does have a career, a respectable one, and not only one, multiple careers in one. So we're calling this guy the superhuman.
Honestly, this
Show
guy
us
deserves a
on this
Nobel
guy.
Peace Prize. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've actually did some research on this guy a couple of months ago. I've known his name. He actually had a very tough upbringing.
Yeah.
As a kid, his father was abusive. He would say he was on a podcast with like a bunch of other Navy SEALs, or I think it was Jocko Willing. I don't know who it was, and he talked about how he had like this like tough upbringing and how he thought like being a Navy SEAL would like just completely like change his whole like personality because he didn't want to be seen or he didn't want to feel like this like weak little boy that he was growing up and whatnot. And he witnessed, I think it was he witnessed his father like kill himself after like beating his mom or something. It was just crazy stuff that he said about his childhood. But look to where it got him. It got him to all these.
Yeah, and it's highly respectable. I mean, he's only 40 years old and he's done so much in such a short time frame.
Do you recently get his like pilot license?
I think he recently got his pilot license, so I mean, this guy's doing it all. He's a very good role model.
That's what I feel like. If you're in trouble and Jonny Kim is there, Literally insane.
Superhero.
Like, you need a doctor? Well, he's there.
Yeah,
you
he's
need
a SEAL, he's an astronaut, physician.
You need someone to arrest someone, he's there.
If you need someone to go somewhere, like a different continent.
He is the guy.
He's literally the guy.
He is the guy, yeah.
If you want someone to vanish, he's the guy.
He's the guy, yup.
He reminds me of G.I. Joe. You remember G.I. Joe? This is literally him.
Literally the guy.
Yeah, literally him. But yeah, respect to him, Jonathan Young Kim. Shout out to all his family.
He's the real Captain America.
We praise people like that, and we give them our hats off, and we tip our hat for people like that.
Yeah, no.
And that's what the young and the youth should be looking up to.
Yeah,
Not these streamers.
definitely not these streamers. Like, that's what's the thing. Like, people are seeing that like they're paying so much. Like now they don't want to like become like what Jonny Kim is. They want to become what Aiden Ross is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't even do like moral things half the time. Like Aiden Ross, like what is he? What does he stream? Do you guys keep up with Aiden
He
Ross?
just talks.
Just talks. Literally,
Just
just
talks and then does a little
doesn't do anything.
here and there.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Jonny Kim. And we wish him well, and we wish him, and we're excited to see what's next. Maybe he's not even done.
Maybe he becomes president.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe
We'll
that's
see.
just the beginning.
Maybe that's just the beginning.
Just
That's
the beginning.
He's only 40 years old, so I mean, he has a long life ahead of him.
I feel like he's most definitely gonna probably go release a book about his life.
Yeah.
I need to hear about this.
And I'll read that book for sure. But
just the 5 images right here. So he's an astronaut, a pilot, a Navy SEAL, a doctor.
Like,
Just,
he beat Johnny Sins, man.
For real, he beat his competition.
like
Johnny Sins got
just
beat by-
searching
I feel like Johnny Sins got like one job more, which is being a pizza delivery guy.
True, but like pizza delivery isn't really that hard.
Exactly.
like just searching up his name and putting images, you can see the amount of careers he has.
Yeah, especially that astronaut one.
That
I mean,
that
That's starting off your
American
your first
to, like,
career, and then like just evolving into like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna be a Navy SEAL.
because people dream about becoming one of these careers, and he's done all of
He's
them.
living them. He's probably gonna do more. He's probably gonna be a firefighter, a police officer. He's probably gonna be Secretary of Head of State. Like,
Yeah, president, you guys said. I mean,
That'd be crazy, man.
it'd be amazing.
2028.
But yeah, I mean, is there anything else you guys want to share on today's podcast? I know we left on a great note there with Jonny Kim.
The GOAT.
Shout out to him. Is there anything you guys want to share before we end today's podcast? I know we're missing Ethan. Ethan's not here. And then there's a couple other members that are not here as well. But we're excited here that we made a good show today.
Yeah.
We look forward to the next one. If there's nothing else to share,
How
I
old
guess.
you gotta be to be president?
I think like
35.
60 or like-
35.
35, I think.
Yeah.
35.
But don't you have to have like
US
a
citizen for
amount,
like
like
5 years? or
amount of
something?
money?
Yeah.
Huh?
I think you have to be like U.S. citizen for 5 years, something like that. I'm not sure.
Born.
I mean, yeah. You can.
Alright, president for me, president in 18 years.
What do you gotta do? Like law school? Or-
Like no, you gotta be like well educated,
Yeah, you
well
gotta be
known.
you
Yeah, it's
gotta
crazy.
know-
Don't trip.
You gotta know your amendments and stuff.
Don't trip.
You have to be
years.
at least 35, be a natural born citizen, and
Yeah.
must have lived in the U.S. for 14
Oh,
years.
14 years.
Well, I lived
Don't
17
treat it.
years.
You can do it.
You gotta be a Freemason as well.
You can do it.
If you know, you know.
You gotta be the top.
You know. Yeah. No, that's crazy. But yeah, if that's it, no one else has anything else.
That's it.
That's it. All right. Well, that was a good podcast. We'll definitely upload it. And shout out to all the new subscribers that are subscribing, and all the viewers. If you're a viewer and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're uploading every week with new episodes. We
sir.
apologize if there's been delays here and there, but we try to upload as much as we can, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.
Yeah, our goal is to be Mr. Beast in subscribers. We're aiming for 200,
Maybe not, never.
300,000, 300 mil, I think.
Yeah, so
Nah,
thank-
we try and be PewDiePie or T-Series.
Definitely.
Or
Yeah.
Coco Melon.
Or Coco Melon, yeah. But yeah, have a good one. Signing out. I'm Mr. Now,
I'm Alvaro.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Steven.
I'm Joshua.
and we're out.
Peace.
Peace.